And hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Thomas Judge trying something slightly different. For the first time ever, I'm setting up a Skycam view to show off some comics, and today's video is specifically about Harley Quinn and the Gotham City Sirens. So this is an omnibus I've picked up recently. I don't really do haul videos, but I thought this one might be quite interesting to do a before and after in terms of some of the work I'm going to get done on this. As you can see, it's a little bit battered, it's a little bit scuffed, and there's some repairs that I'm going to be making that I'll show you in this video. To start off with, what is Harley Quinn and the Gotham City Sirens? It's a comic from the early 2000s, 2009, 2010. It's really good. It's really good. I'm not going to really review it now or go into that kind of detail here, but what I will say is that this is a great comic. It's well worth reading. It's really quite well regarded, and yeah, I highly recommend picking up the omnibus if you can. Unfortunately, the omnibus is out of print, and it being an out of print omnibus and being made by DC means that it's basically never going to get reprinted. The DC Collector's Edition game is a bit of a mess, all things considered. So whilst when it comes to things like Marvel, I'm quite patient and I will wait for Name and Condition to announce the next reprint, and then I will pick up a reprint that way. With DC, it's really a matter of trying to just hunt down these out of print whales and trying to get them at a reasonably decent price. So what I've done here is I've been looking for it a while actually, and a friend of mine actually picked it up for me. And what they did is they picked it up off eBay. And in picking it up off eBay, they got it at a reasonably decent price, but what they got was a slightly damaged copy, because basically that was the only way they could get anything even vaguely affordable. Otherwise, this would easily be in the triple figures and about double or triple retail in terms of costs. So, looking at it here, that's the back cover, this is the spine, that's the front. So the main amount of damage that's visible on this is on the dust jacket, and you can see this here. I mean, this dust jacket is a mess. It's been caught, it's been bent, it's been scuffed, the top is damaged here. What I'll do, I'll just take it off the hardcover and show you what it looks like close up. So you can see that damage on the top. Look at this. Water damage. It's all marked and stained. It's ripped. I don't even know what that part is. It's basically a mess. I mean, this isn't the end of the world. That's really what dust jackets are for. They're there to protect the book, and I totally understand that. And I've got dust jackets and slipcases that have been a bit dinged, but this one has been through the mill. I mean, if you look at this, it's wrecked, isn't it? Now, sometimes I would leave it and I'd just be like, hey, it's an interesting story, it's a damaged dust jacket. I got this as a gift, to be fair. And so, yeah, sometimes I would just leave it. But one, this is a really bad amount of damage. And secondly, I don't know if anyone else remembers this. This is sort of the new branding for Harley Quinn, or rather the Gotham City Sirens. The Gotham City Sirens is a series of 20-odd issues, like I said, from about 2009, 2010. And it was called Gotham City Sirens. It wasn't called Harley Quinn and the Gotham City Sirens. And in fact, that branding only happened subsequent to the series finishing. And it's kind of indicative of just the hype machine around Harley Quinn. Now, I personally am not a big Harley Quinn fan. Whilst there are some Harley Quinn stories that are excellent, for example, Harleen, which is a Black Label story, which is amazing. Harley as herself is a bit of an annoying character. I'm not really a fan of her. I find her goofy and irritating. But she does work well amongst the Sirens dynamic. And the Sirens dynamic, if you haven't worked it out yet, is Catwoman, Harley, and Poison Ivy here, with Poison Ivy and Harley in an implied sexual relationship. And that's something which is kind of becoming canon now in DC, which is pretty cool as well. So, this was originally called Gotham City Sirens. All the single issues are called Gotham City Sirens issues 1 to 26, I think it is. However, this was branded like this, which frankly kind of got on my nerves, because this isn't a case of you have Harley Quinn with separate people called the Gotham City Sirens. This is a case of you had Harley Quinn as one of the 3 sirens, and the series itself was called Gotham City Sirens. So this, frankly, is the kind of, sensationalist clickbait marketing that I just don't really like. Like, this is designed for the casual DC fans that just like Harley Quinn or pick up anything with Harley Quinn on the name. And it wasn't really made for me. As well as that, I don't really like the cover. This kind of I don't know, kind of relaxed, slightly Paul Dini-esque art. It's okay, but it's not necessarily, I think, the strongest pictures they could have gone with here. They've got a great picture on the back, which is quite interesting. If you can just see it there, which is good. But then similarly, the art on the hardcover itself, on the actual inside boards, is slightly, I guess, vampy. I don't know if you've seen the comic show Archer. That's a cartoon which you can get on Netflix and Amazon Prime. And it has a similar kind of sort of 70s vampy noir kind of vibe, which is kind of cool. And it works better on this than I think it works on this. Anyway, let's have a look at the actual physical hardcover. Again, you've got Harley Quinn and the Gotham City Sirens written there. And again, you've got a picture of all three sirens on the back. And when you open it, you have... So these are what are called end leaves. These are just plain black end leaves. So this generally looks okay. This looks like it's in great condition. The dust jacket has done its job and it's protected the hardcover. Until we look at that eye. This, I don't know if you guys can see this. This is clearly coming apart. The glue is not working. The end leaf, if you guys can just about see it here. Can you see it? Yeah, it's kind of, you see that? You see that waggle there? You don't want that. I mean, that's essentially weak glue, or glue that's been overstrained. Essentially, the comic itself, this stuff here, is fine. And the hardcovers themselves, all this, is fine. But the junction between the two, that's going to need to be fixed. So we've got a bit of a repair job to do on this, to fix that and to get rid of that slump, to keep it nice and tight. Moving it across. And then we have a bit of a job to do here on replacing the dust jacket. This cannot be fixed. This just has to be replaced. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to show you how I design a dust jacket and put one together. I've got a few videos on my channel about this, about messing around in certain programs to do the image manipulation and actually make a dust jacket. But what I'll do is I'll show you how I throw this together and how I share this with my binder, who is going to be the person who is going to both repair that hardcover and also print out a new dust jacket. Okay, I will catch you on the next video, which I will post very, very soon, showing you how I designed the dust jacket.
All right, thanks for watching, everybody. As always, please like, comment, subscribe. As always, please follow me on Twitter at @IamThomasJudge, where I will post a daily review of whatever comics I've been reading. You can get an idea of what I'm up to on the channel. And as always, please support the channel by heading over to Amazon.com and checking out my prose novel about superheroes. It's a completely original piece of work. The first episode in it is called Arrivals, and the series as a whole is called No Gods or Kings. You can find an excerpt of that on my website, nogodsorkings.com. Until next time, everybody, stay classy.